Hello. I'm so happy that you can be here with me today. I just wanted to take a few minutes to just sort of address the energy in the environment and how we're each feeling as we move into a great change. Um, we're moving into a new era, and I think, regardless of the outcome of the election or any of these variety of things that are happening right now, it's not really about right or wrong or left or right or up or down. It's about a coming together for the greatest good, for the greatest good of our country, for the greatest good of our people, for the greatest good of humanity, for the well-being of all. We have spent generations and generations at war with one another, dividing ourselves. And we want to believe that we have come so far, and in many ways we have. But when we begin to really look at the big picture of things, a lot of our coming together is really just us dividing things in a new and different way. We're constantly giving a new label to this or that, and it's just dividing it farther. We all want to be seen as individuals, and in an effort to be seen in our individuality, we're constantly labeling and tearing things down. And what we don't realize, and in this labeling and in this need to discover a deeper understanding or a deeper meaning, that we are in fact dividing ourselves more and more and more. And the more separated we become, the more uncomfortable we become. And in this disconnection and discomfort, we seek to reunite. And when we bump up against each other in a way that keeps us from reuniting, it causes pain. And pain can get really loud and really ugly if we don't pay attention to what we're doing. And so being divided is only perpetuating the problem. Looking at our differences and comparing the right and the wrong and the good and the bad and putting labels on everything, while it, yes, is giving you your individuality, it's also separating you from the wholeness in a way that is just as hurtful. And so we've moved from one extreme to the other. And that's what we do as humans. We aren't comfortable where we are, so we run as far away from it as we can possibly get. And then we realize that that's not where we want to be either. And then we take the experiences of the extremes and we bring them together in a way that serves the greatest good. It's an evolutionary process, and it's never ending. We're doing it on a soul level, we're doing it on a physical level, and we're working at it every moment of every day, whether we know it or not. And so, in this moment, I'm asking myself, how do I best spend my energy? How do I best focus myself in a way that creates an awareness in me that allows me to act in a way and exchange energy in a way that brings about change, that inspires a higher way of being, that inspires unity and allows individuality at the same time, because that's what we're really reaching for. We want to be able to express ourselves as individuals without judgment or condemnation, and we want to be able to come together as a society and as people as a whole without feeling like we have to segregate ourselves in order to keep from feeling judged. I ask that we become more present. I ask that we notice, what is it that we're creating with our exchanges? What is it that we're expressing with our memes and our posts? What is it that we're asking for? And are we an integral part of that solution? Or are we simply just spinning our wheels in anger? Anger is simply passion that we're not certain how to spend. And so when we're passionate about something and we run into a brick wall that tells us we're wrong or we're unable to express that passion can become anger. And that anger then seeks out fear as a way to express itself. And that fear can become deadly. Can we move away from this? Can we find a way of expressing ourselves as individuals while honoring the collective? Can we find a way to honor ourselves as individuals while serving the collective? It's all a circle. And as we begin to move ourselves into this circle in a way that allows us to feed it in a healthy and helpful way, rather than creating resistance and hate and fear, we're going to begin to see the systems that were built on fear and hate and control break down, because there will be no place for them. There will be no support for them. People will stop spending their money at big corporations that aren't valuing them or that aren't in alignment with their personal values. I'm not going to shop somewhere that treats people poorly or that uses child labor or that doesn't care about me as a consumer. Why would I do that? Why would I empower that entity to continue to treat me badly? We do that in so many places for so many reasons. We have so many excuses for doing it. Convenience, lack of time, lack of focus, lack of information. When does it become our responsibility? Our personal responsibility to be informed, to be in charge, to be focused. When do we decide to stop blaming everyone else and decide that we can make a difference? And once we discover how to do this, how do we then take that information out into the world and share it with others so that they can begin to spend their energy in a way that also makes a difference? I don't have all the answers. And I know that my words seem so simple. And yet when we try to apply them, it can seem so difficult or even impossible. I ask that you sit with the truth that you hear here, rather than the needing to know how. And open yourself to the idea that there is a way. And that as we relax and listen and allow, that way becomes more and more apparent to us. And as we work together and accept and move differently, the change that once seemed like a pipe dream will very slowly and suddenly and subtly become our reality. Moment by moment, day by day, week by week, year by year. It's a process of evolution that we have to be willing to personally invest in. I send you light and love as you find your truth in your center. I send you support in your fear and grounding in your confusion. And I encourage you to reach out and look for those who are helping. And ask yourself how you can be a part of that. Namaste.